Once upon a time, back in the monarchy days when magic was still totally a thing, there was this valid just king named Aurelius ruling the block. The people were low-key obsessed with him, and he had mad love for his people too. But plot twist, one day he straight up passed away, and the whole city was in their feels mourning hard. The new king, Lucian, who was the late king's nephew, stepped up to the throne. On his coronation day, he dropped a wild mandate about banning all lights and fires in the city, setting up severe punishments for anyone breaking the rule.
My order stands.
Yo, listen up! Tonight, nobody in this whole damn city is lighting any candles, lamps, or fires. Not a single flame. Whoever breaks this rule is gonna get fucked up real bad with serious punishment.
When the night got deep, the new king Lucian went undercover, throwing on regular clothes and covering his face to hit the streets. He wanted to check if peeps were actually following his orders. The streets were pitch black, but a faint light was peeking out from a mansion-like crib. Inside, the late king's three daughters, Seraphina, Eloan, and Lyra, were just chilling and spilling tea. The king stood there, stealth mode, eavesdropping on their convo. The oldest sister, Seraphina, flexed about making a massive magical tent for an army.
Yo, if I become some king's wife, I'm gonna make a magical tent so damn big that the whole army can sit on it and there's still space left.
The middle sister, Eloan, laughed and shared her own crazy tent idea.
And I'm gonna make a tent so massive that the entire kingdom's army can fit inside and there's still room to spare.
The youngest sister, Lyra, spoke up in a soft, shy voice about giving birth to special twins marked with a star and a moon.
And I'm gonna give birth to twin babies, a boy and a girl. The boy's gonna have a shining star on his forehead, and the girl's gonna have a moon mark on her chest.
Bright and early the next morning, he summoned all three sisters to the royal court and proposed to marry them. The two older sisters were hyped, but the youngest stayed quiet. Time passed. The oldest wifey, Seraphina, actually came through and made that magical tent. The middle wifey, Eloan, also built a tent that left everyone shook. Peeps were hyping them up non-stop. Then, one day, the youngest wifey, Lyra, got pregnant. The whole palace was totally vibing and hyped for the babies to arrive. Finally, the day came and she birthed the twins, a gorgeous baby boy with a glowing star on his forehead and a baby girl with a moon mark on her chest. But on the flip side, the jealousy was getting toxic. Sisters Seraphina and Eloan plotted and schemes to protect their own clout. In the dead of night, they snatched the kids, locked them up in a heavy-duty chest, and ordered a loyal servant, Darian, to yeet the chest into the river. They told him exactly what to cap
Yo,
about.
Darren, take this damn chest and throw it into the river right now.
If anyone asks, tell them the queen gave birth to a fucking kitten and a rat.
The servant did exactly as told. When the king got the news, he absolutely lost his mind and went sicko mode. He ordered a brutal, humiliating punishment for the youngest queen, making her sit by the stairs. Meanwhile, the chest washed up on the riverbank and was found by an old miller and his wife. They didn't have any kids of their own, so they adopted the twins and raised them with mad love. They named the boy Orion and the girl Selene.
Orion, my little star.
And Selene, how beautiful.
Years rolled by, and the kids had a major glow-up into young adults. One day, the old woman, who was basically on her deathbed because of an illness, called Orion over and gave him his final instructions about securing a magical bridle from a cave after she passed. The boy kept it 100 and did exactly that. 40 days after the old lady passed, Orion pulled up to the cave. As soon as he picked up the bridle inside, boom, two stunning horses just spawned in, one for him and one for his sister. One day, Orion hit up Selene and decided it was time to bounce from there and open a coffee house.
Hey sis, I think we should leave this place. Let's move somewhere new where I can open a cool coffee house.
Just like that, they packed up and rolled into King Aurelius's old empire. Orion set up this super aesthetic coffee house right in the downtown market of the new city. Peeps were traveling from miles just to vibe at Orion's cafe, totally low-key because the star on Orion's forehead was glowing even in broad daylight. One day, the king was doing a tour of his empire and pulled up to Orion's coffee house. He caught a glimpse of Orion with that glowing star on his forehead.
This kid, that mark on his forehead. Could this be my
He was
son?
totally shook seeing Orion and started putting the pieces together in his head. He headed back to the crib and spilled the tea to his two older wives about the duo.
The boy with the star and the girl. They are unlike any others. Their power could change everything.
The two sisters instantly knew the twins had survived and realized they were in massive danger of being exposed.
Shit! Those are the same twins! If the king finds out the truth, he's gonna hang our asses for sure! The same twins? Oh gods, no! We have to do something! What can we do?
So they sent this shady, two-faced old lady to take them out.
The twins, they must not see the dawn. Do you understand? Perfectly, Your Highness.
The old lady approached Celine, manipulating her into sending her bro on a dangerous quest for a legendary flower.
Hey, sweetie. Why don't you ask your brother to bring you the most beautiful flower in the world? He loves you so much. If you just ask him, I'm sure he'll bring it for you. Your brother loves you a lot, honey. Just tell him to get that flower for you. He'll do anything for his little sister.
Celine was super innocent and didn't catch the old lady's toxic vibes, so she totally fell for the trap. When her bro got back home that night, Celine asked him for the flower.
Hey brother, can you please bring me the most beautiful flower in the world?
Orion promised to secure the bag, summoned his horse with the magic bridle the next morning, and dipped for the quest. Orion trekked through forests, mountains, and rivers until he pulled up on Marina, who was a literal giant beast. Soon as she spotted Orion, she rushed him, totally ready to snack on him. But when she saw how majestic he looked, she was mesmerized and completely dropped the idea of eating him.
Damn, kid. You're really beautiful. What are you doing here? Why did you come all this way?
I'm here because my sister wanted the most beautiful flower in the world. I was told you have it.
After hearing his mission, she admitted she didn't have the flower.
Sorry, kid, I don't have that flower. You'll have to get it from my big sister.
But gave him one of her teeth as a VIP pass to show her big sister.
Here, take this tooth. Show it to my big sister and she'll recognize you right away.
Orion then hit the road. Zephyra. Orion pulled up on Marina's big sis, flashed Marina's tooth, and asked about the flower. Zephyra gave Orion the full rundown, sliced a piece of meat from her own body, and handed it to him. She dropped the tutorial on how to distract the garden guards.
Rub your handkerchief with this piece of flesh and put it in front of the lion. Put some fresh grass in front of the lamb. That way they'll let you pass. But listen carefully. When you pluck that flower, don't show even a tiny bit of fear. Stay calm no matter what.
Orion followed her instructions to the letter. Secured the most beautiful flower in the world and brought it back for his sister.
For you, dear sister.
It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
The second quest. Seeing Orion still breathing, the king's two wives sent that toxic old lady right back. This time, she manipulated Celine into asking for the fairy's magic handkerchief. Orion went ahead and secured that handkerchief too. The third time around, the old lady brainwashed Celine into telling Orion to straight up bring the magical fairy herself to their crib. Orion rolled up to Zephyra the third time. She warned him about the danger and explained how to swipe the fairy's power ring.
For real though, don't underestimate her. That fairy got mad powers. Go straight for the ring first, T. Snatch it and you basically own the game. Without that ring,
Orion
she's
dodged
weak.
the garden beasts and snuck into the fairy's room. As soon as he entered, the fairy was knocked out cold, deep asleep. Stealth mode, he saw his window of opportunity and slid the ring right off her finger. The second the ring came off, the fairy woke up. She was mad furious at first, but the moment she clocked the ring, all her rage just vanished. And just like that, Orion brought the fairy back to his crib. One day, the king slid back to Orion's tea house. While sipping his tea, he kept low-key staring at the glow on Orion's face and the glowing star on his forehead. He asked about their identities, and Orion respectfully explained their backstory.
So tell me, kid, what's your name?
Your Majesty, my name is Orion, and this right here is my sister. Her name is Celine.
Celine? And that mark on your chest? Holy shit! What the hell?
The king just smiled without saying a word and headed back to the palace. By the time evening rolled around, he sent out an official order making Orion, Celine, and their magical fairy VIP guests for a royal feast. Orion rolled up to the palace with his sister and his wife. The jealous sisters plot in the palace. When the two older wives heard this, they were totally gagged and turned ghost pale. They instantly started plotting in secret, deciding to spike the twins' food with poison to cover up their tracks.
Then what should we do, sis? Go to the kitchen right now. Tell the cooks to mix poison in every single dish, especially in that boy and girl's plates.
Make sure the poison is strong. We can't take any risk. Once they're gone, everything will be safe again.
Then what should we do, sis? We can't just sit here. If the king finds out the truth, we're dead meat for sure. Shut the fuck up! Just do exactly what I'm telling you. If our lie comes out tonight, we're finished for real day. There's no escaping this time.
The night of the feast. The palace court was glowing and looking totally extra. Orion, Celine, and the magical fairy were seated dripping in some heavy bits. The food plates arrived. The magical fairy sniffed out the danger in a split second.
Yo, don't touch this food at all. It's poisoned, straight up. But Fairy, the king invited us. How are we supposed to refuse the food? It'll look so disrespectful.
She handled the situation herself by eating safely from the king's plate instead, complimenting the meal.
Your Majesty, this food is straight up delicious. Best meal I've had in a long time, no cap.
At the end of the feast, when the food was finished, the king made an announcement asking someone to share a personal life story.
All right, everyone, tonight is a real special and happy night. I want each one of you to share a story, something from the heart, something real about your life. Who wants to go first?
Went dead silent. The king looked over at Orion and asked him to kick it off.
Orion, my boy, you start first. I can see in your eyes there's a deep story hidden inside you, bro. Go on, tell us. Yes, Your Majesty. I'll tell my story. Once upon a time, there was a young queen who gave birth to twin babies, a boy with a shining star on his forehead and a girl with a moon mark on her chest. But her jealous sisters snatched those babies, locked them in a wooden chest, and threw them into the river.
That chest was found by an old miller and his wife. They had no children, so they raised us with all the love in the world. I mean, they were everything.
After the old couple passed away, me and Celine came back to this very kingdom where we were thrown out as babies, and we opened this coffee house.
And
What about their mother? Their mother is the same woman you made sit on the palace stairs, Your Majesty. The one everyone spits on.
The entire court was dead quiet. Only Orion's voice was echoing as he emotionally narrated his entire tragic backstory, exposing the toxic lies of the jealous sisters, the chest in the river, his dangerous quests, and finally revealing the truth about the disgraced queen on the stairs.
The courtiers started bugging out. You could hear a pin drop in the court. Tears started pouring from the king's eyes. He stood up, fully shaking, and immediately dropped an order to drag the two toxic women in front of him. The two older wives were dragged in, totally shaking in their boots.
We made a huge mistake, Your Majesty. Oh, please forgive us. We were
King
wrong.
hit them with the ultimate death penalty for their massive betrayal and lies.
Mistake? You threw my own children into the river! You put a false accusation on my wife! You gave her the worst humiliation possible. Now you both deserve death. Tomorrow morning at sunrise, your heads will be
the
chopped
king
off.
turned back to Orion and Selene, officially accepting them with mad love as his true prince and princess. Orion also asked for the fairy's hand in marriage, and the king gladly owed her big time for saving his kids. After that, the palace was a whole mood of pure joy. The youngest queen, Lyra, took her spot back on the throne. Orion and the magical fairy had an incredibly hype, massive wedding. Selene also got married to a royal prince. And then they all lived happily ever after, totally thriving.